Taurus, 87% of you will face this exact situation in the next 21 days, and most of you are not prepared for what I am about to reveal. Everyone thinks this month is about slow, steady progress for you Earth signs, but actually, you are about to experience the most shocking disruption of your entire year. I just pulled the tower, and my hands are literally shaking because this card has never appeared for Taurus energy this strongly before. Listen to me very carefully, because what happens next will either make you or completely break your foundation. The energy I am feeling right now, Taurus, is absolutely electric. This is not your typical steady bull energy. This is volcanic. This is seismic. This is the kind of energy that changes everything in a single moment, and you need to understand that this warning is not just another reading. This is your lifeline. Here is what Spirit is showing me, and I need you to pay attention because 3 specific things are about to collide in your life within the next 3 weeks, and if you are not prepared, this will hit you like a freight train going 200 miles per hour. The Tower card is pulsating with this intense red and orange energy, representing sudden change, disruption, and awakening. But Taurus, this is not just any Tower moment. This is your Tower moment. The foundation you have been building, the security you have been clinging to, the routine that has kept you safe for so long, is about to be completely obliterated. But wait, there is something else. Spirit is showing me that this disruption, this shocking change, it is not random. It is not punishment. It is the universe literally forcing you out of a situation that has been slowly killing your spirit for months, maybe even years. You have been too comfortable in your discomfort, too scared to make the moves you know you need to make. The tower represents lightning striking at exactly the right moment to wake you up from the sleepwalk you have been living. Every single day you have been going through the motions, telling yourself that stability equals happiness. But deep down, you have been dying inside because you know you are living beneath your potential. This card is showing me a literal building being struck by lightning. People falling from the windows, everything you thought was solid crumbling to dust. But Taurus, those people falling, they are not falling to their death. They are falling to their freedom. They are being liberated from a prison they built with their own hands. The crown being knocked off the tower represents your ego, your pride, your need to appear stable and in control, even when everything inside you is screaming for change. That crown has been weighing you down, making you believe that admitting you want something different means admitting failure. Spirit is telling me that within 21 days, something will happen that will make staying in your current situation absolutely impossible. This could be related to your career, your relationship, your living situation, or even your entire life philosophy. Whatever it is, it has been building pressure underground like a volcano, and the eruption is imminent. Now, I am pulling another card because the tower never works alone. Oh my God, this is insane. I just drew the 8 of Cups, and the combination of these 2 cards is giving me actual chills up and down my arms. The 8 of Cups shows a figure walking away from 8 golden cups, leaving everything behind to search for something more meaningful. But Taurus, this is not just about walking away. This is about having the courage to walk away from what looks good on paper, but feels empty in your soul. This card is showing me someone in a red cloak, which represents passion and life force, walking under a moonlit sky toward mountains in the distance. Those mountains represent your true calling, your authentic path, the life you were actually meant to live instead of the one you settled for because it felt safe. The 8 cups represent material achievements, financial security, social status, all the things that Taurus naturally gravitates toward. But they are arranged in a specific pattern with a gap in the middle, representing what has been missing from your life. That gap is joy. That gap is passion. That gap is the feeling of being truly alive instead of just surviving. Spirit is showing me that you have been collecting these cups, building your security, checking all the boxes that society says should make you happy. But every night when you lay your head on your pillow, there is this emptiness, this knowing that you were meant for something more than just existing in comfort. The moon in this card represents your intuition, your inner knowing that has been trying to guide you toward your true path for months, but you have been too afraid to listen. You have been prioritizing your five senses over your sixth sense, choosing what you can see and touch over what you can feel in your heart. But here is the powerful part, Taurus. The combination of the Tower and Eight of Cups is telling me that the universe is about to force this awakening upon you. You will not have the luxury of procrastinating anymore. You will not be able to make excuses about why you cannot change your life. The disruption coming your way is specifically designed to push you toward that moonlit path, toward those mountains of possibility that you have been staring at from a distance, but never had the courage to approach. This is not punishment. This is liberation, disguised as chaos. I need to pull one more card because the energy is so intense right now, and I feel like Spirit has more to show us. Hold on, let me shuffle the deck again because my intuition is just screaming that there is something else we need to see. Oh my God. I just pulled the Six of Swords and Taurus. This is the most perfect confirmation of everything I have been telling you. This card literally shows a boat crossing calm waters, representing the journey from turbulence to peace, from chaos to clarity. The Six of Swords depicts a figure steering a boat with six swords standing upright in the vessel. Those swords represent the lessons, the wisdom, the strength you will gain from navigating this upcoming disruption. This is not just about surviving the storm. This is about becoming the captain of your own ship. The water in this card starts choppy and rough near the shore you are leaving behind, but becomes calm and peaceful as you move toward your destination. This is showing me that the initial shock and disruption of the Tower moment will feel chaotic and scary. But as you move through it with courage and trust, you will find a peace and clarity that you have never experienced before. The figure in the boat is looking forward, not backward, which is crucial for you right now, Taurus. Your natural tendency is to hold on to what feels familiar and secure, but this reading is telling you that your breakthrough lies in moving forward through the unknown, rather than trying to rebuild what just got destroyed. There are other people in the boat with you, which tells me you will not be navigating this transition alone. There are guides, mentors, or supporters who will appear in your life at exactly the right moment to help you cross these waters. Trust will be your compass, and courage will be your sail. The shoreline you are leaving behind represents everything that has been keeping you small, keeping you safe, keeping you stuck. The shoreline you are moving toward represents the life you have always dreamed of, but convinced yourself was impossible or impractical for someone like you. But Taurus, I need to tell you something that might be hard to hear. This transition, this crossing from one shore to another, it requires you to let go of your need to control every detail of the journey. You are going to have to trust the current, trust the wind, trust that the universe knows exactly where it is taking you, even when you cannot see the destination. The swords in the boat represent the mental clarity and truth that you will gain through this process. All the confusion, all the second-guessing, all the fear about making the wrong choice will be replaced by a crystal clear knowing about who you are and what you are meant to do with your life. I am getting such powerful messages right now about timing, and I need you to understand that this is all happening according to a divine schedule that has been set in motion long before you were even aware of it. The Tower moment, the walking away, the journey across the water, it is all part of a carefully orchestrated awakening that your soul requested before you came into this lifetime. The reason this feels so scary and disruptive is because your ego, your personality, your conscious mind did not sign up for this level of transformation. But your soul did. Your higher self has been orchestrating these events to push you out of the nest so you can finally learn how to fly. Let me pull one more card, because I feel like we need to see what waits for you on the other side of this massive transition. The energy is just electric right now, and I can feel that Spirit wants to give you hope about where this is all leading. Wow. I just drew the Star and Taurus. I am getting goosebumps all over my body because this card is pure magic after everything we have just seen. The Star is about hope, healing, spiritual guidance, and most importantly, it represents finding your true purpose after a period of destruction and upheaval. The Star shows a beautiful figure pouring water from two pitchers, one onto the land and one into a pool of water, representing the balance between the physical and spiritual realms. This is telling me that on the other side of your tower moment and your journey across the choppy waters, you will find perfect alignment between your material needs and your spiritual calling. The figure is naked, representing complete authenticity and vulnerability. After everything you are about to go through, Taurus, you will finally be comfortable showing the world who you really are, underneath all the masks and personas you have been wearing to fit into boxes that were never meant for you. There are 7 small stars and 1 large bright star in the sky, representing divine guidance and protection. The number 7 represents spiritual completion and wisdom. The large star represents your North Star, your true calling, the thing you were put on Earth to do that you have been avoiding because it felt too risky or impractical. The pool of water represents your subconscious mind, your intuition, your emotional intelligence that you have been ignoring in favor of practical logic. The land represents your physical reality, your daily life, your material world. The pouring of water shows you will finally be able to integrate these 2 aspects of yourself, instead of choosing one over the other. Behind the figure, there are mountains in the distance, representing challenges you have overcome and wisdom you have gained. But these mountains do not look threatening or overwhelming like they did in the 8 of Cups. They look majestic and protective, like guardians watching over your new life. The star is telling me that approximately 6 to 8 months after your initial tower moment, you will look back and realize that the most disruptive, scary, life-altering event you could have imagined was actually the universe giving you the greatest gift of your entire existence. But Taurus, I need you to understand that the star only shines so brightly because you will have moved through the darkness with faith and courage. This is not a passive card. This is not about sitting and waiting for good things to happen. This is about becoming the person who is worthy of receiving the blessings that the star represents. The figure is actively pouring the water, actively participating in their own healing and manifestation. You will need to actively choose hope over fear, trust over control, authenticity over approval. Every single day during this transition period, you will have opportunities to choose the high road or the familiar road. I am seeing that your star moment, your moment of finding your true purpose and authentic path, it will come through serving others in some way. Not in a sacrificial way where you give until you are empty, but in a joyful way where you share your gifts and talents in a way that fills you up while helping others. The water being poured represents healing energy, creative energy, life force energy that has been blocked in you for years because you have been trying to be someone you are not. Once that dam breaks and you start living authentically, you will become a source of inspiration and healing for everyone around you. Now, I need to pull one final card, because I feel like Spirit wants to give you very specific guidance about how to navigate what is coming. The energy is just pulsing right now, and I know there is one more piece of this puzzle that you absolutely need to see. This is incredible. I just drew the Knight of Wands and Taurus. This is the perfect action card to complete this reading. The Knight of Wands represents bold action, courage, adventure, and most importantly, it represents someone who is ready to charge fearlessly toward their dreams. This is such an interesting card for Taurus energy because Knights are typically associated with fire signs, with impulsiveness and quick action. But Spirit is showing me that during this transition period, you are going to need to embrace a completely different side of yourself that you probably did not even know existed. The Knight of Wands shows a warrior in armor riding a rearing horse, ready to charge into battle. But this is not a battle against others, Taurus. This is a battle against your own limiting beliefs, your own fears, your own tendency to choose safety over growth every single time. The horse represents your life force, your passion, your raw power that has been tamed and controlled for far too long. The armor represents the protection you will have when you finally decide to go after what you really want. The wands he holds represent creative fire, inspiration, the spark of divine purpose. The landscape behind him is desert-like, representing that this journey into your authentic self will sometimes feel dry, lonely, challenging. There will be periods where you question everything, where you wonder if you made the right choice leaving your secure but soul-sucking situation. But the knight is moving forward with absolute confidence and determination. He is not looking back, not second-guessing, not allowing fear to slow him down. This is the energy you will need to embody, especially during the first 3 months after your tower moment. Spirit is showing me that your natural Taurus tendency to move slowly and carefully will actually work against you during this transition period. You will need to make decisions quickly, trust your gut, take leaps of faith that would normally terrify you. The Knight of Wands energy will feel foreign at first, but it will become your superpower. The red cloak represents passion and life force that you have been suppressing. The yellow background represents optimism and joy that you thought you had lost forever, but is actually just waiting for you on the other side of this transformation. This knight energy is telling me that sometime between now and the end of this year, you will surprise everyone, including yourself, by making a decision that is so bold, so unlike the old you, that people will wonder what got into you. What got into you will be your authentic self finally breaking free from the cage of other people's expectations. The Knight of Wands is also telling me about timing. Knights move fast. Once your tower moment happens, and you make the decision to walk away from what is no longer serving you, things will start moving at lightning speed. Opportunities will appear, doors will open, connections will be made, but only if you are ready to move at the speed of your dreams instead of the speed of your fears. This card is showing me that you have been planning and preparing and analyzing for long enough. The Knight of Wands does not spend years making pro and con lists. He sees what he wants, he mounts his horse, and he goes. This is the energy that will carry you into your new life. But Taurus, I need to tell you something crucial about the Knight of Wands energy. It is not reckless or thoughtless. It is decisive. There is a difference between impulsivity and decisive action based on inner knowing. You will know when the moment comes to make your move because every cell in your body will be screaming, yes. The comments are going absolutely crazy right now, and I can feel how much this reading is resonating with all of you Taurus souls out there. The energy is just electric, and I know that so many of you are feeling this shift building in your own lives. Now, before we finish this reading, I want to give you some very practical guidance about how to prepare for what is coming, because knowledge without action is just entertainment, and I know you are here for transformation. First, start paying attention to your dreams and intuitive hits over the next 2 weeks. Your subconscious mind is already picking up on the energy of change before it manifests in your physical reality. Keep a journal by your bed and write down anything that feels significant, even if it does not make sense logically. Second, begin having honest conversations with yourself about what areas of your life feel most stagnant or soul-crushing. Do not wait for the tower moment to force this awareness upon you. Get ahead of it by acknowledging where you have been compromising your authentic self for the sake of security or approval. Third, start building a support network of people who will encourage your growth rather than try to keep you in the box they are comfortable with. Not everyone in your current circle will be able to support the version of you that is about to emerge, and that is okay. Quality over quantity when it comes to your inner circle. Fourth, Begin setting aside some financial resources if possible, because transitions often require investment in yourself, your dreams, your new direction. This does not mean you need thousands of dollars, but having some cushion will give you the freedom to make choices based on what feels right, rather than what feels financially safe. Fifth, practice making small, bold choices in low-stakes situations so that when the big moment comes, you already have some experience trusting yourself and taking action despite fear. Order something different at your favorite restaurant. Take a different route to work. Say no to something you would normally say yes to, just to avoid confrontation. The energy I am feeling right now tells me that many of you watching this are already feeling the rumblings of change in your life. You might be having trouble sleeping, feeling restless, noticing synchronicities everywhere, experiencing unusual dreams, or feeling like you are living someone else's life. These are all signs that your tower moment is approaching, and your soul is trying to prepare you for the breakthrough that is coming. Do not try to suppress these feelings or talk yourself out of them. These uncomfortable sensations are your internal guidance system trying to get your attention. I keep seeing the number 21 in relation to your timeline, Taurus. Within 21 days from right now, the energy will shift dramatically in your life. It might not be the tower moment yet, but it will be the beginning of the process that leads to your complete transformation. For some of you, this will manifest as a conversation that changes everything. For others, it will be an opportunity that appears out of nowhere. For others still, it will be a realization so profound that you cannot unsee it once it hits you. But for all of you, it will be undeniable that change is not only possible, but absolutely necessary. The most important thing to remember as you navigate this transition is that you are not losing anything that was truly meant for you. Everything that gets disrupted, destroyed, or left behind during this process was only in your life because you settled for it, not because it was aligned with your highest good. Your soul has been screaming for this change for so long, and finally, the universe is stepping in to give you what you have been too afraid to give yourself. This is not punishment. This is not bad luck. This is not random chaos. This is divine intervention designed specifically to launch you into the life you came here to live. The reason this feels so intense and scary is because you have been living so far below your potential that getting back to your authentic self feels like becoming a completely different person. But you are not becoming someone new, Taurus. You are finally becoming who you have always been underneath all the layers of conditioning and compromise. Oh, members are messaging me like crazy about this exact energy pattern they have been seeing in their own lives. The private community is having complete meltdowns over how accurately this reading is reflecting what they are experiencing right now. As we wrap up this incredibly powerful reading, I want you to remember that the Tower, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Star, and the Knight of Wands are not just random cards that happen to show up today. These cards represent a complete journey from destruction to reconstruction to authentic living. Your tower moment will feel like everything is falling apart, but it is actually everything falling into place in a way that serves your highest good, rather than just your temporary comfort. The Eight of Cups journey will feel like you are abandoning everything you have worked for, but you are actually walking toward everything you have dreamed of. The Six of Swords transition will feel uncertain and scary, but you will be moving toward clarity and peace like you have never experienced before. The Star healing will feel vulnerable and overwhelming, but you will finally be living in alignment with your true purpose. The Knight of Wands action phase will feel foreign and risky, but it will be the most authentic expression of who you really are. Taurus, I cannot stress this enough. What is coming for you is not a tragedy disguised as opportunity. It is an opportunity disguised as tragedy. Your logical mind will try to convince you that stability equals happiness, but your soul knows that authentic expression equals joy. The next 6 to 9 months of your life will be the most transformative period you have ever experienced, but only if you have the courage to move with the energy instead of resisting it. The universe is offering to upgrade your entire existence, but you have to be willing to let go of the life that no longer fits who you are becoming. This reading has been absolutely electric, and I can feel how many of you are having those aha moments where everything suddenly makes sense. The energy we have tapped into today is not just about individual transformation, it is about collective awakening. Subscribe now, because your future literally depends on staying connected to this high vibrational guidance that is flowing through these readings. The comments are exploding with people sharing their own tower moments and breakthroughs, and this community is becoming a powerful force for transformation. If you want to dive deeper into this incredibly potent energy we have uncovered today and get personalized guidance for your specific situation, you know where to find me for more intimate support. Remember, Taurus, you were not born to live a small, safe, comfortable life that slowly kills your spirit. You were born to shine, to create, to love, to serve, to experience joy in ways that inspire others to do the same. What is coming for you is not disaster. It is destiny finally catching up with you. The universe is about to hand you the keys to the life you have always wanted, but convinced yourself you did not deserve. Are you ready to receive it? Or are you going to let fear keep you trapped in a life that looks good on paper but feels empty in your soul? Trust the process, embrace the chaos, and get ready for the most beautiful plot twist of your entire existence. Your authentic life is waiting for you on the other side of your courage.